Hi, crew friends. It's Miss Vonnie. Hey, I miss you guys too. Just like Miss Christie said, we both miss you. I know you're probably ready to hear what story it is I'm going to read to you. Well, I'm going to read to you from this Bible story book. And the story is actually the Easter story. It starts out right after the soldiers had captured Jesus. I'll show you the pictures too. All right. Pilate's soldiers took Jesus and put a crown of thorns on his head and made fun of him. Then they led Jesus out of the city to a place called Golgotha to be killed on the cross. At 9 o'clock in the morning, the soldiers nailed Jesus to the cross. They also put two robbers beside Jesus, one on the right and one on the left. And you can see him in this picture. There's Jesus on the cross. And do you see the robbers? Can you point to the robbers? One on the right and one on the left. Friends, the day Jesus died on the cross was a sad day, but God had a wonderful plan. Listen and you'll find out. While Jesus was on the cross, the land became dark from noon until 3 o'clock. Then Jesus died, and there was a big earthquake. When the earth shook, the curtain in the temple between the holy place and the most holy place ripped from top to bottom. Now people could see inside the most holy place. Before, only the high priest got to see inside. When the soldiers at the cross saw what happened when Jesus died, they knew he was really the Son of God. Can you see how these soldiers are so surprised because of that earthquake? And what about the curtain in the temple? Do you see that? See how that big curtain ripped from top to bottom? Jesus died because he loved us. He died so that our sins can be forgiven. We need to thank Jesus for what he did on the cross. A rich man named Joseph of Arimathea had a new tomb where he had planned to be buried himself. He took Jesus' body from the cross and put it in his own empty tomb. Joseph and Jesus' friends wrapped his body in strips of cloth and laid it carefully in the tomb. Roman soldiers came to guard the tomb. They rolled a huge stone over the door and sealed it in a way that would show if anyone tried to move the stone. There's that stone. That stone was so big that people could not lift it. It kind of looks like a wheel on the picture. Can you see it? Everyone thought that since Jesus was dead, they would never see him again. They were in for a big surprise. The day after Jesus was buried was a holy day, so his friends had to stay home. Then, very early on Sunday morning, the first day of the week, the women went back to the tomb. It was the third day since Jesus died. See the women? When the women got there, they couldn't believe their eyes. The stone had been rolled away. An angel of God was sitting on the stone. You see that angel? The soldiers were so frightened, they were like dead men. Here's one of the soldiers right here. How do you think those women at the tomb felt when they saw the angel? The angel said, "Don't be afraid. Jesus is alive." Those women were as happy as they could be. They ran to find other friends of Jesus. Some of Jesus' friends didn't believe what the women said, but everything that the women said was true. Jesus was alive. He had risen from death. Jesus promised that he would come alive, and he did. Jesus is alive today and will be forever. Friends, that is the Easter story. As Miss Christie told you, we also call that the story of the resurrection. Can you say that long word with 4 claps? Resurrection. Yes, we thank God for Easter, that Jesus is alive. Friends, we look forward to seeing you again. Goodbye.